Hello, friends. It's the Cinemondo podcast with our special guest, Kathy.
I'm here again. I'm the favorite guest. I'm here all the time.
And
there's
nobody's over there.
That's all we got today.
Mark will be back soon.
Maybe.
He is once again on tour with his punk rock band.
We'll get Ramesh in here again too. I'm kind of excited about this movie because this director is very artistic, we'll say.
Yeah.
Yorgos Lanthimos. And he is a Greek director who directed The Lobster, which is kind of one of his big, kind of put him on the map. He's done a lot of other movies, but everyone's heard of that. And he also did that Four Things with Emma Stone, who also stars in this movie called BUGONIA. Kind of about like the idea that spontaneous generation, that living organisms can arise from non-living matter is sort of what it is.
The cycle of life, as they say. Yes. Okay.
Which makes this movie sound very scary, actually. So I don't know. But the cast is great. It's Emma Stone, Jesse Plemons. I love him in anything. I will literally watch anything he's in.
Well, I love conceptual films made by people who take the chances. You know, I remember when I saw Being John Malkovich, I was thinking, okay, this is revolutionary. This is like came right out of somebody's weird nightmare fever dream. And The Lobster was kind of like that. The Lobster had a weird the concept was completely bonkers. It was almost like surrealistic Dada almost ideas.
Yeah, that was a hard one for me because too much animal death. So I had that was a rough time for me. I did not really enjoy that movie. But
yeah, it gets bad marks from me for animal stuff.
I think I like him because he takes chances and makes really unique films. And so I think that's always a plus, because whether you like him or not, at least he's doing something different. So, and
the kinds of stories that aren't these sort of tested and it's going to work kind of stories, like it's so easy to make a slasher film. I mean, we all kind of like, we love our horror films and stuff, but I mean, to be honest, you can make a slasher film and people will come, you build it and they will come see your slasher film.
Any slasher movie.
But if you make a movie and you put it in, you set it somewhere people have never seen, and you tell a story that has never been told, that to me is bravery. And it's also something that people claim they want to see. You always hear people saying, I wish they weren't doing the same story over and over and over and over. But then when somebody does a brand new kind of story, they're like, how come he doesn't do the same story again over and over?
I don't like it.
Like I want the same story. And people like that, their opinions are kind of worthless anyway.
Those people. Well, let's find out what this is about, because I'm dying to know.
Let's see if he's still pushing the envelope.
Yeah, let's find out. All right.
Yeah. All right. Ooh. Okay, everybody quiet on the set. Hold the work. Put the tools down.
Put them down.
And quiet. All right.
Good morning, Corey. Good morning, Michelle. I believe every company should strive to form a diverse table, to empower people of different skills, and every time, what is it?
Skills and identities.
To foster a new generation of, okay, let's go again.
They want you to think it's you.
Oh my God.
It's you who made this world. But it's always been them.
Weird. I love how the mask on.
All we've lost, all that's been done to us, we're setting that right again. Greetings. Welcome to the headquarters of the human resistance.
Actually, really shaved her
Where's
head.
my hair?
Your hair has been destroyed to prevent you from contacting your ship.
What ship?
Your mothership?
Okay.
Oh, God.
In the next 48 hours, the police and the FBI will begin a statewide manhunt. I'm a high-profile female corporate executive. I am crucial.
Oh,
in all humility, I can say that. Think of it like you abducted the governor, but worse. There is no possible scenario where you benefit from this incident.
That was really good. My pulse is racing right now. I've done a ton of research on this. You're killing our planet.
Alien fellas.
I'm not an alien.
You're lying to me.
What's the difference? You know this is crazy. You know this is wrong.
I know who you are. I know what you are.
I know you too, Teddy.
It's fine.
Oh.
It's cool.
Oh! Like she's singing. That's funny. Wow, that looked intense.
That looks pretty good. But it's one of those movies that I think is going to make my palms sweat and make me feel uneasy. And also, I feel like the trailer maybe showed too much. I don't know. There's a twist. It seems like there's a twist in there that I didn't want to see quite yet.
Which twist was that?
Well, the fact, I mean, it seems like she knows him. Like, I know you too, Teddy, you know, like, and then he gets really angry at the fact that she knows him or read his mind or something, or maybe she is an alien. I don't know. It just, it made me think, okay, this isn't just a simple abduction where someone is abducted by crazy people.
Yeah.
And then you spend the rest of the film figuring out with her how to escape or how to defeat them, how to turn the tables on them and get away. And then that little moment in the trailer kind of made it seem like there's something else going on, you know.
So we don't know what that is.
I don't know what to expect.
She's playing him, or we don't know. Like, I think there's something interesting because she's a very powerful woman.
Right.
She's kind of an asshole, which is also kind of funny.
Right.
And then she probably feels invincible. Like, yeah. So when these guys get her, I love her reaction when she wakes up. She's not even panicking. She's not screaming. Right. She's not begging.
Where's
she's like,
my hair?
She's like, okay, let me figure this out. Like, I like just there's no hystericalness to it.
Right.
And that she's going to try and outwit them. And I think there's something to that cat and mouse I'm going to really like. I wonder what they're going to do with those bees. There's an interesting, one of the definitions for begonia also is, it refers to the ancient Mediterranean belief and ritual of generating bees from the carcass of a dead cow or ox.
Generating bees from the
So it makes me wonder about how that's going to tie in. It was probably some sort of metaphor also, but they did actually show bees, and they actually showed beekeepers and beehives. So they're going in literally with a kind of interesting
bee motif.
Yeah, kind of.
But the thing is, when you think about it in reality, I mean, this may or may not be true. I don't know. But some people are very clever and other people think they're clever. And these two guys, obviously, they're not very successful. It seems like we see them at the beginning of the trailer and they're just kind of like these bums out there. Like, how can we make some money or something? I don't know. And they somehow managed to kidnap a very powerful person who seems like the kind of person that got power, that became powerful because of her cleverness or her sharpness. And that, I mean, that type of character, they don't play her as one of these sort of ditzy rich people that's never been like, oh my God, where's my shoes? You know, where am I? You know, where's I can't function without my makeup. You know, she seems like kind of a badass when she wakes up. She's, like you said, she's not screaming and saying, what did you do to my hair? You know,
she was wearing some great shoes. The Louis Vuitton shoes were freaking amazing. I have to say, I love the wardrobe.
You get the impression that she's okay without those shoes, and she can handle her, take care of herself because she's done it in the real world. And you know what I mean? It seems like they're not
because
that's what I'm saying.
Like a woman
they're not portraying her as this sort of like ditzy person who can't survive without her wealth. She looks like somebody who can, and that's the thing that you're looking at here. It seems like she's going to outwit these guys.
Well, there's outwitting, but sheer brutality is something that sometimes that doesn't help. And also just being a woman, automatically being a target. And no matter how strong a woman is, there's still that the use of force. Like, she fought back. She looked like she'd done it looked like she'd done training, like she's punching, that. But she still, just by sheer virtue of being a woman and not having the sheer manpower of a man, and that there's two of them and they caught her off guard, there's a little bit of that. So it looks like they maybe had it almost looked like they hit her with something, knocked her out because she was running and she fell. So it looks like either a tranquilizer or something. But
or it looks like he kind of tackled her behind her house and they fell into the flower bed or something. And
but then she's running across some grass and she just falls down.
Maybe that was an escape attempt or something.
Yeah, she's wearing her clothes and had hair though, so that was probably still in the early abduction phase, I'm thinking. But it was just and it's sort of, I think the you would not expect someone who has all the security and is probably have all the things that it would take someone who's crazy to actually go at her like that, just across the street, wearing weird masks and clothes. Like it's just one of those things. Like they got away with it just with a sheer like hubris of like, we're just gonna do it. So I think there's something interesting about this. It looks fascinating. It looks like she doesn't have a lot of friends. I like how she's like, I'm a powerful CEO. I'm a woman. They're going to come after me. And you're thinking, are they though?
Right.
Sounds like you didn't have a lot of friends. So that's another thing.
Well, hopefully it's a clever movie. You know, I like movies like this.
It's going to be clever for sure.
Clever. It's not just brutality, beating somebody up over and over. It's like, I have a feeling though that it's going to have twists.
It's going to be
turns.
words, I think, mostly. I think it's going to be cat and mouse, which I love.
And satisfying, you know, like one of those movies where you're like, yeah, they got it. They got their comeuppance and she escaped. But then again, sometimes you have movies like this where you have a person like her who represents this kind of wealth, you know, the ruthless, wealthy person, and they get their comeuppance, you know, like something happens. She's getting a taste of the sort of, you know, but yeah, I mean, there's so much that could happen in this film, and so many avenues they could pursue with this idea. But yeah, I mean, I mean, what was the movie? Girl with the Dragon Tattoo or something, where there's somebody who's abducted and escapes, and you're like, God, you know, think about the horrible crimes in the past where people have been abducted and tried to get away, and some have, you know, and they tell these horror stories and they're never the same. And it's like, no matter what happens in this film, she's probably going to be traumatized by this experience.
Or they will by the end of it.
Or they will, yeah.
So we have a poster real quick. It's a pretty cool poster too. I like this. Looks like honey. So we got looks like bees. Kind of that motif again of the bees. And then it looks like, is that going to be blood on top of the honey? Like you kind of wonder what that is. And I love like her shaved head and this whole, it's very artsy. I love the effect, like the kind of cream color, not white. It's kind of dirty and distressed looking. And then the type, I am amazed when I see a poster that gets by a studio executive that is really weird type that's hard to read.
I knew you were going to say that. I know, it's like,
oh my God, like how did they do that? Like, so I love this beautiful artsy poster for a very artsy movie.
Yeah,
clearly. So the thing I like about his movies is they have a lot more going on than just like the basic, you know, narrative across the top. Like we go, okay, a woman is abducted, the people think she's an alien. It's going to be a lot more than that. Like, so I'm guaranteed we're going to get a ride of our life in this one. But it looks like, you know, he's done a lot of these kind of weird artsy ones, like Poor Things and all that. And Kinds of Kindness. It looks like he's going in for like, you know what? I'm just going to have some fun. I'm going to do a tight thriller. I'm going to do kind of a crazy thriller with a little sci-fi bent to it. That'll be great. Yeah, I love it. So I think I love to see smart filmmakers do stuff like this. Just have some fun, you know.
Yeah, and those ideas are always kind of, it's a form of, you know, I think you call it isolation horror or something, or abduction horror, maybe, I don't know, but something like that. You know that what was the movie, the Cloverfield? It was called Cloverfield Lane or something. Yeah. Where was it John Goodman has abducted
underground
someone and kind of hidden underground. And there's like a long history of those kind of movies where somebody is being held prisoner and the person holding them prisoner is crazy. I mean, the end of, you know, Silence of the Lambs. And that is like I think that's one of those things that I call these visceral nightmares, these human fear topics that it's a button pusher, you know, because it's like, how horrible would it be to be stuck in a situation, stuck in a jail cell, and your captors are nuts. They're, you know, they're going to make a suit out of your skin or something, you know, and you're trapped.
That women are raised with that their whole lives, so that can happen. You get kidnapped and hell. But you know, Cloverfield had a great twist to that, though. That's why I like Cloverfield Lane, because it had a little twist to the whole abduction thing. So, but we won't give it away, even though the movie's old. You need to see it. But anyway, let us know your thoughts about Bugonia. What are your favorite, you know, Yorgos films? Love to know it. And what do you think?
Yeah, it looks like an interesting one.
It does.
I think I watched this one.
I'm not definitely watching this one. They got me with Jesse. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's got a great cast.
He's so good. I love when he climbed over that table.
Everybody I saw in this trailer, I like. You know.
Oh, so good. All right.
Bye, everybody.